Hello and welcome. In today's video I'm reviewing ThinkPad Z16, a somewhat controversial departure from typical ThinkPad recipe. Love it or hate it, it is definitely an interesting beginning of new commercial PC era. Sit back, relax and enjoy. I remember when I first got my hands on early build of Z16 last year, and I was really surprised how much this design language used here steered away from how we typically recognize ThinkPads. I was holding Z16 at my eye level and I was slowly turning it around and thinking that it actually looks a lot like Dell XPS 15, especially in keyboard area with two up-firing speakers on side. Maybe it's the new keyboard design where typical U-shaped keys are now only used on main keyboard area, but from other angles it reminded me an old Intel MacBook Pro with touch bar, especially because of those sharp edges. Wedge-shaped design has disappeared and Z height of 15.8 millimeters or 0.63 inches is now the same in front and back of the laptop. It is only slightly higher up on the rear because of these massive rubber feet used for better thermal performance. But at the same time, I think it is very different from everything that's on the market right now. You see, new Z series is trying to appeal to Gen Z, thus the name. More precisely, those getting their first work laptop, and Lenovo is hoping that many users will pick this over a MacBook or even their own other ThinkPads with more traditional design. Also, it is not black anymore and material isn't the soft touch, which is also unusual for ThinkPad. Instead, we have this recycled aluminum chassis in what Lenovo calls Arctic Grey. Both ThinkPad Z16 and Z13 are AMD exclusive, which I think is a very interesting choice since, for example, X1 Carbon is exclusively on Intel. From my own experience, testing hundreds of laptops having AMD on non-gaming machine means longer battery life, less fan noise, less heat, and often same or in some cases better performance as on equivalent of Intel-based system. And some of these applies on Z16. This sample here is equipped with Ryzen 9 Pro 6950H, which clocks at 3.3 GHz but can be boosted up to 4.9 GHz. It is a good CPU. I haven't run into any issues in terms of performance. It is very capable, but I have noticed that fans were on more often than I would desire on laptop like ThinkPad. Normally I would say that I hope that Lenovo will fix this with feature updates, but we already had at least 2 BIOS updates and a number of other fixes, so no, this is something you will have to accept while using Z16. You can also get Ryzen 5 and Ryzen 7, and I feel like Ryzen 7 could be a better option over Ryzen 9 in terms of better thermal performance, which should then result in less fan noise. You can either get FHD plus IPS with or without anti-reflection coating, or like this one here, 4K OLED with 400 nits of brightness and 100% DCI P3 color gamut. It of course has Dolby Vision certification and low blue light technology baked in. This panel is absolutely stunning, no doubt about that. But what I think is the missed opportunity for a perfect creator laptop is a cap at 60 Hz. This laptop could really do with at least 120 Hz as we see with many other competitors. Unfortunately, I cannot avoid this, and I have to say that this keyboard, well, isn't good. That's right, it is mushy and just not anywhere near typical ThinkPad quality. I really expected more of Z16 in terms of input quality. Also, for those OG ThinkPad users, something to note is that Lenovo has decided to swap their typical fan and control keys or the other way around, so now it's more in line with the rest of the industry, but should also appeal more to new generation of ThinkPad users. However, this keyboard is still spill resistant, which is good, and track point, or nipple as many call it, works not only as a cursor but can now be also used to access this handy control center, or so-called communication quick menu, where you can quickly toggle on and off various functions. I've used this once and then I forgot about it, so yeah. If you thought keyboard is weird, check out this trackpad. It is not a typical physical clicky trackpad. Instead, it's made of glass and it's using haptics, which means it doesn't physically move, similar to what Dell XPS 13 Plus and MacBook have. And you know what? It is actually surprisingly good. I only wish it would be larger, since for a 16-inch laptop, 120mm or 4.72 inches wide trackpad just feels a bit cramped. You can change force sensitivity in settings to fit your needs. I think it is rather brave from Lenovo using force trackpad in ThinkPad. But as I said before, Z series is aimed at new generation of users. If you still don't think Z16 is a true departure from ThinkPad DNA, watch this. Z16 only comes with 2x USB-C 4 ports and one USB Type-C 3.2 Gen 2. That's it. No USB-A, no HDMI port to quickly hook up to an external monitor or projector. I mean, even Apple has admitted by end of 2021 that removing ports was a mistake and put them all back in. Some may argue that this is a natural evolution in industry. However, the question is ThinkPad Z16 the right product to start this revolution with? For the second time. I mean, it was done before in 2015. There's also an SD card slot and the headphone jack. Z16 comes with Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.1. Of which both are now present in the most modern devices. This unit here has also optional support for WWAN LTE Cat6. But I don't think many people use it, since I heard rumors that it will be removed with upcoming Gen 2. Lenovo is very proud of this camera, since they have even printed out its details on outer microphone array area, right next to the model name. Camera is good and mic sounds pretty good, but you can judge that for yourself. This is how Z16 microphone sounds like, and this is what the camera looks like in the perfect lighting conditions. Let me know your thoughts down below. Z16 is using two 2-watt user-facing speakers and these massive grills on sides of the keyboard, promising great sound, but I was disappointed. Sound is tinny and the bass is virtually non-existing. At this point, I don't think it's worth discussing speakers on Windows laptops machines anymore. Manufacturers really need to get a grip and improve laptop speakers, since this is something PC industry is really lacking behind Mac. Also, I have noticed that while speaker grills are fairly large, actual speaker size is only like 1/8 of speaker grill size. But this isn't new in the industry. Now let's look at some synthetic benchmarks. So this one is strange because first I ran all tests on balanced performance mode, but then I tried best performance and the results were worse than unbalanced. Therefore, I recommend leaving it balanced and just leave Z16 to decide. This is the first generation of brand new Z16, and while it is no way near perfect, I hope Lenovo will listen to the feedback and carefully implement right changes into Gen 2. The main problem I think Z16 has is its personality. It doesn't have any. It is just a mix of various ideas, styles and technologies in a not so polished chassis. It is not perfected as I would expect from ThinkPad to be, and maybe I'm being too harsh here, but that's just my view. It is trying to appeal to everyone and not sticking with being just a really good ThinkPad, which is what most people want, including Gen Z. But let me know down below in the comment section, what do you think of ThinkPad Z16 and Z13? Well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.